Do you support a team that has been promoted or relegated in real world football and you would like to carry that into Football Manager? Well, no fear, today we are here with a real-time database. Yes, I'm going to talk to you guys about the database, how it looks in game and where to get it, and how to set it up in your game, all in today's video. So if we dive in, this is what the Premier League looks like, and this is exactly the thing that you can replicate in your game. We have just started a brand new game. We can see Arsenal currently top of the Premier League with a game extra played. We've started the game on the 13th of May, which is today, the day I'm recording this, and you can see everything in here is up to date. If we go on Arsenal, we take a look at their schedule, you can see they all the way down here. Manchester United was the last game they played at Old Trafford yesterday. It ended in a 1-0 victory. If we scroll down, you can see that there is also this up to date for 5 tiers in England, along with a loads of other leagues throughout the game that are normally playable. I use this database for Sunday's rebuild, which was with Ipswich Town, taking them into the Premier League. And as I said, you can go all the way down Sky Bet League One. You can kind of see what's going on here. Portsmouth and Derby are already up. Bolton and Peterborough are currently going through in the playoffs as things stand. Obviously, we can't, the guys who create this database and the editor data files, they cannot control what happens in knockout competitions. So cups and stuff like that, the playoffs and stuff like that, you cannot have control of it. So if you are one of the teams in the playoffs, you can go in, dive in right now, take control of them and see if you can get them promoted as the playoffs are obviously happening in real life right now. You can see Stockport, Wrexham and Mansfield all going up in Sky Bet League 2. But as I said, it's not just in England. You can see if we go over to La Liga, obviously that has all been done, but Real Madrid have been crowned champions over here. You can see Girona in second, qualifying for the Champions League if you wanted to try that. If we go over to the Bundesliga, as you can see, Bayer Leverkusen currently unbeaten as well, winning a title off of Bayern Munich. You absolutely love to see it. And if we go over to Italy, you can see Inter at the top of the league. They're crowned champions, and PSG over in France. But as I said, there's lots of other things that you can get, lots of other leagues if you are a fan of a club from another league. Now, let me show you where to get it. Now I need to open this up. You can see this is the website that I get all of this information from, FMRTE, the real-time editor, and the team there is absolutely amazing, I do have to say. I will say there is a portion of this that you do have to pay for. Now I understand what people are like at the current moment. Obviously money is tight for everybody, myself included. I get a lot of downloads from these guys. Obviously the real-time database kind of does tick over, and there's a massive amount of stuff that goes into it and a lot of time that goes into it. But also, if you were to subscribe to these guys, you can get the actual real-time editor, which is better than the in-game editor. As you can see, you can do lots of the stuff here and their most used features. But where you need to go, guys, is you need to go into the download section. Now, this is where I've gone here, and you can see if you go on the download section, obviously you do have the real-time editor for FM24. You can see these guys have been going for a little bit of a time. You need the real fixtures and the custom start date. So if you go onto the real fixtures, you can see here, you can see all of these. They've got the subcategories up here depending on which version of the database you want to go with. 24.3 is the most recent one, so you click on there, and as you can see here, we've got all of the leagues. As you can see, there's 35 files, 35 different files. So you can see Germany, the top 3 leagues, top 2 leagues in Italy, top 3 leagues in Spain, England all the way down to level 5, which is exactly what you want to see. But there's France, there's Turkey, there's Portugal, there's Poland, Russia, loads of these playable leagues that you can pick up. The real-time fixtures obviously have been updated by several people throughout the course of the season, because there's a lot of work that goes into it. I've got all of them open here so you can kind of see the real-time data for the English league. Obviously you can see 24.3 update down to level 5 with the points deduction for Everton -6 and the -4 for Nottingham Forest as well. Thank you, massive shout out to Culture Left Foot, the person who puts this together, absolute saint. Obviously I love this kind of stuff, and you can see this in the change logs what the latest stuff is. It's all the latest results and stuff like that. It was updated 14 hours ago, and then you just hit download on here. Obviously I'm going, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to take England, we're going to take France, we're going to take Germany, we're going to take Italy, and we're going to take Spain. And then the next one you need is the custom start date. So you go again on this drop down, you go over to the custom start dates right here, and this is the one you want here, FM24 custom start date. You click on here and you would download this file as well, and this is basically what allows you in the current build to start on the 13th of May. Again, you can see down in the bottom right hand corner, that is the date I am recording this video. It was updated 13 hours ago, and you can play it right now. So once you've downloaded all of these things, you will get them in your downloads folder. Mine is completely empty because I'm an idiot. You take them and you copy them or you cut them and you find where your Football Manager is stored. Now obviously I'm on a PC, so I've gone into this area, and it would be in my documents, and it would be in my Sports Interactive folder, into FM, and then you need to put it into the editor data folder. Obviously you can see here, because I've already cut them into mine, I've got that one there and all of these for the top 5 leagues as well, ready for 24.3, the update. So then once they're in the right location, if they are on Mac or something like that, drop a comment down below. I've done videos on how to install graphics and stuff on Macs as well, and it's very, very similar. The process of finding where you need to get to is identical. Instead of going into a graphics folder for the graphics, you go into the editor data folder for the editor data stuff. It's very, very simple, but finding that location is a little bit more tricky on Mac, but it does work on Mac. Console players, unfortunately, you cannot have this update, which is really, really sad. But then you need to open Football Manager, ladies and gentlemen, which I will do, and we will quit out of this one and go down to the start screen. And this is how you set the game up. So you will go into start a new save, ladies and gentlemen. You'll go into career, and then this is the first bit where you need to pay attention. So normally when you go on here, you can just continue through. You need to go into this database drop down in the top right hand corner and make sure that you have the right ones selected. So as you can see here, I have 24.3 for Germany, the top 3 leagues. I've got the custom start date selected as well, and we do have England, France, Italy and Spain. Make sure these are all ticked. There should be 6 enabled if you are trying to replicate what I am doing right now, and then you hit confirm. Then you go to choose game mode. Now they do advise on the site that you select the original game mode, so that is what I will be doing as well. Then you go into the advanced setup. Now, so once you are in here, this is where you set up the game as you normally would in terms of the leagues and stuff that you do want. Obviously we downloaded the top 5 leagues, so I will make sure that I download and include the top 5 leagues. I'm sorry, Scotland, you're not featuring in this video. So you can see we've got those 5 leagues selected here, but you will notice if you are eagle-eyed and you play a lot of Football Manager, there is now a second nation listed in Africa, FMRTE, custom start date. You need to select this one as well, just to make sure. You hit that confirm button, then you will have all of the leagues in here. You can have a large database, you can have whatever, you can kind of set it up in every single way. What I will say is make sure you untick this one to disable the first transfer activity. You obviously were towards the end of the season, you do want to go in and make those transfers. One caveat about these databases, you don't get lots of money, unfortunately, regardless of whether you're going up or going down. You're going to have to do your own business here. So if you're having players that you want to sell, get them sold. Try and get as much money in as humanly possible, because this is one of the many things that you cannot control. You cannot go in and update database monies for every single club in the database. It would take hours, absolutely hours. So that is something to bear in mind. Then when you're on this screen, there's one more thing you need to do before starting the game. You need to go to the game start date over on this right hand side. Obviously it usually defaults to England if you are from England. Then you need to go into here, FMRTE custom start date. Then you can see here, oops, there you go, start of the 2023 season. It's a lie. It says the 13th of the 5th 2024, so you select that. Then you hit start game and you say yes, start the game. Then the game will load up, and then it will look exactly like what we just showed you at the start of this video. So as I said, guys, hopefully you can go in and dive in and really live in real time. These files get updated week on week, so as final changes are made into the Premier League, this database will get updated as well, and you can use those files. So let's say you wanted to do a save with Liverpool at the end of Klopp's tenure. You can wait until the end of the season, take over then. Actually, that might be a good idea for a video, mightn't it? You can do stuff like that. It's all there for you. All of the leagues, you can load in as many of these leagues as you want. If you want real-time data from absolutely every league, you can see on FMRTE, it is there ready for you. And that is how you get it. That is how you install it. That is how you set up a game with it. And mine is almost finished now. We are just setting up our manager shortlist, and then I can go through and show you exactly. So if we go on to Arsenal, obviously you can see they are still top of the Premier League. In this one, they are going into the FA Cup, but the league fixtures are correct. So if you don't want Arsenal in the FA Cup final because it's not realistic, you may have to reload it a couple times, but all of the league fixtures are there, as we did say. And if we go into the Premier League, you can kind of see everything is as it should be, which is absolutely fantastic. Shout out to the guys at FMRTE. I will leave all the links to everything down below, and if you are on Mac, I'll leave a link to my installing graphics setup. Hopefully that will make things a little bit easier for you. If you have enjoyed this one, guys, don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and if you've learned something new on today's video, below and check out this playlist. It's all of the other tips and tricks videos that I've done on this year's game to hopefully enhance your experience of playing FM24.